I've come to the, what's the word? God, what a great start to the video. I've come to the realisation that it is now time for my summer bike just to be packed up for winter. So that means me going out on my winter/gravel bike. And I wanted to share some of the things that I kind of have put on my winter bike to make it a winter bike, and also the things that I'm actually going to change on it. I don't know why I've got my helmet on already. I'm not even left. Gotta always be safety conscious. Right, I'm gonna go. Also, covered in spots. Don't know what the hell. I never get spots ever, and covered in them. So yeah, little friend there, little friend there, all over my chin. I mean, that one between my eyes is an absolute brute. It is like a third eye. So please just ignore that for the video, and I'll see you on the way where I can share some winter riding tips. Right, so this is my winter bike/gravel bike. So this is the Ribble CGR Titanium, and the setup that I have in winter, and the reason that I use it is basically it's got disc brakes. I know I'm a huge fan of rim brakes, but in the wet I do want disc brakes. Also, I put 28mm tyres. So these are the Michelin Power All Season, and they are 28mm, so I have a slightly wider tyre in winter, just for better grip, and just, yeah, they're just a little, the All Seasons are, like, have better puncture protection, so I want that. They are tubed at the minute. I am thinking of maybe going tubeless with them, because they do tubeless, so that's maybe something that I'm going to change. The group set that I've got on here is a Shimano GRX, and the reason that I've got this is the chain rings and the ratios. I've got a 46/30, and then I've got a 34 at the back. However, I am going to change that, and I'm going to put a 40 on the back as well. So I'll have like super duper low gearing. So that is something that I'm wanting to change. Also, another major thing that I want to change on it is the crank length. So on this one, I've got 170mm, and on my like summer bike, my carbon bike that you see me riding and doing all my climbs on, I've got 165. And the reason for that, so when I had 170s on there and I was doing really long endurance days, I was getting like a bit of hip pain. And when I spoke to Phil Burt, who is like a bike fitter, physio, is just incredible, he told me to lower my crank length. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, how tall are you? It doesn't really make a difference. I'm about 5'10", and I still use 165 crank. So that's another thing that I want to do. And honestly, riding this now with 170 versus 165, it makes so much difference. Climbing like on this feels a lot harder than climbing on the other one because of the crank length. It sounds ridiculous, it's like such a small difference, but honestly it makes all the difference. Another thing that I've got obviously is mudguards. I get so many questions on Instagram saying, is it okay to use like mudguards? I'm like, yes, because people, I think there's a lot of stigma about like, oh, they look a little bit rubbish. I actually really like how they look, and I like that they don't make my arse wet when I'm riding and going through puddles and stuff. This is actually the first year that I've used like actual fitted mudguards. Like the other ones that I've got don't actually attach to the frame. I'm really impressed with these. These are the ones that you just get from Ribble, but they like obviously attach to the frame. There's like mounts for them, and they're really sturdy. They don't rub, they don't like, because that's the thing with mudguards. I think that's what used to put me off them, is they used to just like, you had to get them so accurate, otherwise they would like rub and make noises, but these are like really nice. So that's that. Another thing that I have in winter, I have a top tube bag. Generally in summer I've not really used it that much, just because I put a lot of stuff in my pockets. I'm not a big fan of putting stuff in my pockets, to be fair. The reason that I have that is if you're doing a long ride, it's a lot harder to get food and stuff out your pocket. So I have stuff there so that I can get like food and stuff easily. Another little tip there. So yeah, I would do that, because when you've got, I wish someone would invent some gloves that were really warm but you could actually feel your fingers in them. I've not found any yet. The other thing that I also always have in winter, even in the day, are a set of lights, because if it gets dark and rainy, it's getting really gloomy now and I think it's going to chuck it down. It's just to be safe, just to have a pair. These are the Exposure Trace and Trace R, so yeah, really nice. Like they're really small, really light. Really like them. One other thing is I always have a rain jacket with me, if it's in my pocket or if it's on me. Always take one in winter. I will do, if you want me to do like a clothing like haul of my favourite winter kit. Included in that are these shoes. These are Shimano like mountain bike boots. They are honestly so good. I've had them maybe 3 winters now. They're just phenomenal. They keep your feet really nice and toasty. So yes, I will do a clothing haul if you want me to. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to carry on now up the climb and hopefully get back before it rains. So if you've got any other winter tips, then leave them in the comments. No matter how many times I do this climb, that view still just, it honestly just gets me every time. Look at with the sun over it, that looks insane. And that's why you need mudguards and a rain jacket, because it can just turn. It's so dark. Also, last tip, that's why I've got these on, is using photochromatic. I will do a separate video like all the winter stuff, but photochromatic lenses are just game changing in winter, because it just means you just wear one pair and you don't have to. I used to switch between like having a clear pair and then like that one for like when it was sunny, but these just change. So depending on how bright it is, they'll get darker and lighter, which is just amazing. They're also really good for doing overnight stuff so that you can still wear them at night. Other little tip, because I just got back. I didn't film it because I brought my camera in, but what I always do when I get back from a ride is, I say always, this is the first time I've done it. Do you know that Moby washer that I've got? It's like I'll put a link to it. I always leave that in my car so that when I get back from like a wet winter ride, like I said, it's the first time I've done it, but when I get back, I just take it to my car and then just like clean it before I even bring it in the house. So that's another little tip, is like leave a cleaner stuff, because I'm just lazy. I'm very lazy when it comes to cleaning my bike. So if it's there and ready, I should probably take these off. No, I won't, because it's covering that awful spot. So that's another little tip for you. I think when you've got a helmet on, you've got glasses, they look normal, but they just look ridiculous without any glasses. So I don't want to leave it there, although now you've just got that big spot on your face. So don't know which is worse. Let me know in the comments. I'm filming the right way.